What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brendan, and I'm BMX45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We have our market analysis for the Digimon TCG. Like we do every Friday, we're here to talk about cards, the prices, what's coming up. We have 2.5 pre-release in just a week, so things are going to be changing quickly, and we're going to have a lot of other cool things coming as well as we get ready for 2.5. So as always, we're going to get into these card prices and talk about what to be on the lookout for with 2.5 coming out, what to be looking out because of tournaments that have been going on, and there's still another Ultimate Cup in a week's time, and so that might change things too as well. So without further ado, let's get into it. And hey, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of the fun. We're starting really into it with Shadramon, the promo Shadramon. Now this card is getting a reprint in the special event pack for 2025 as a foil bordered card, but we haven't seen too much of a drop here. We see a drop right here when it was around $50, back down to 40, but it started to climb again, and we're sitting around $42 a card, which is nuts. And you're probably going to need this card to make a consistent build of the Virus Imperial Dramon deck, so it's going to be a staple. So that's going to be important. And then, let's see how many copies there are. There's only like 3 copies there, yeah, so it's over $50 as soon as one gets bought, so the buyout is probably imminent on this. So hopefully you got these when they were a lot cheaper, because they were. They were like $20 or under. Yeah. But, you can always wait to see what the event pack ones are going to be worth. Volcanic Dramon. Some people have been playing Galaxy Links, which uses the same Galaxy engine we know and love and hate, and throwing in these guys, the big dragons here. Not really seeing a price increase. It has kind of started to taper off. We're not sure if that's going to go up or just kind of go stay a little bit, but $10 is not bad. So if you're thinking Galaxy Links is something you want to play, that's not a bad price at all. Same with Metallic Drawing, a little bit more, 12 to 13, but it kind of had a resurgence and then went back down and is kind of starting to taper off. Whether it's going to just stay the same or if it's actually going to come up, that's another question. You need, this guy's the more important one. You need 4 of that. I've seen people play 4 of that and 3 of the Volcanic Dramon. So Dino B, the hype is real. I thought this was the hype on this was kind of tapering off as well, and now it's back up there at full blast. $70 a pop. 4 copies on the market. 1 sold in, and you're at 80. It's yeah. I'm so glad I got these in BT16 and just held on. I was like, I know this card's gonna be good one day, and I got them for probably less than 20, like 15 to 10. So yeah, this is one of those cards that is just, I knew it was gonna be good at some point. Violet in boots, of course, we have Necromon stuff, and everyone, this is their waifu card, so $50. It's kind of same thing. It was a lot lower. I think it was 30 last time we looked at it, so it's continuing to creep up there. Now there should be more copies of this because it was basically just over a set ago, basically. But still seeing here, there are a lot of copies, but you do start going up in price, potentially to $60. So this is a card, and this is a card you're probably going to need multiple copies of in the deck. So might not be as important as the new one for the deck, but you're going to want at least a copy or 2 to get your memory tamer. Dinomon is seeing a spike again. I think it was like $10, 12, and then it spiked 15. Now it's going up a little bit more. This card's being used as a staple card in a lot of decks. And plus, Dinomon has had a top of its own. So, I mean, the card's good. And you're seeing a response to it. This was a card that went down quite sufficiently. I think when EX8 came out, it was around $20 after week 1. And now it's kind of getting back up there. So we'll see if it eclipses the $20 mark. You got tons of copies here. So I think it'll probably stay around this price, which isn't bad, honestly. Shoto Kazuma's up there at like 30 bucks. I don't know if this is due to just the fact that it's still good in so many decks. I mean, people are playing this in 7 Demon Lords, and that deck's topping. This could also be hype for the new Zaffikamon stuff in BT20. I'm not sure yet. Lots of copies, but it looks like they're sticking around that $30 to $35 mark, and it's gonna, you can see it's been climbing here steadily. Duskmon is actually coming down as a deck that's doing so well and taking so many of the formats. Duskmon is actually coming down quite a bit, $28, below 30. Yeah, this might be the time to pick up your copies, or at least if you're thinking about getting rid of the deck, to sell them, because we don't know what the deck's going to be like next format. It could still be very, very good, very, very competitive. It's such a great deck. It's completely sweeping this format. You're seeing multiple purple hybrid decks at every event. So the fact that this is going down in price, maybe people think it's going to get hit. Maybe people think it's just going to get power crept. But either way, take advantage of getting yourself some Duskmons now if that's really what you want to do. Beelzemon, again, this could just be 7 Demon Lords, or it could be hype for the new Beelzemon support, but the EX6 Beelzemon is up to 62 bucks. Like, holy, I don't even think this, when it went up to 50, it wasn't even this. Yeah, this is the best I've ever seen it. And it could keep going up to 70 if there's a buyout happening here. It's just, you see right there, it just swung hard. And it's continued to increase. So definitely, if you're getting rid of your 7 Demon Lord stuff, this is a card to sell right away. It's never had better value. Gallant, we're looking at Gallants again. And Gallants, this is the best Gallant. Not the best Gallant, but the best, priced Gallant. This card was down around 50 bucks, and it's continued to make significant improvements, being played in so many different decks. It can just be teched in any deck that mills, because it's just good as a free play. And you're seeing there too, it had quite a bump, and now it's starting to taper off, but still really high. Decent amount of copies, but it's been going for a while here. And now if we look at some of the other Gallants here, I mean, this guy probably is tapering off. Yeah, because people aren't playing them. When people were starting to play him, when X-Antibody finally first came out, and then they realized, okay, we don't need this guy. So you're seeing he's a lot cheaper. So if that's a Gallant you like, it's not getting played as much, but it's more affordable now. And then, of course, people are also playing Crimson Mode, and Crimson Mode is going nuts. Yeah, it's almost at Imperial Dramon prices. Actually, it is at Imperial Dramon prices. What am I talking about? It's getting, yeah. And this is being used in multiple decks too, like Galaxy Links, and yeah, it's a really good card. So keep your eye out for this one, because it could see it up at $80 pretty soon. Jeez Louise. Xmon, this card wasn't getting a lot of hype to begin with, but I'm starting to see some movement. There you can see here went up. There's a bit of a dip, but now it's kind of gone up again, and it's around 30 bucks. So again, not sure if this one's getting played in the new Xamon deck, but the hype is there because we're almost at BT20. Like, it's 2.5 is so close, you can almost taste it. Kazuhamon, this one here, I think this has gone up since the last time we looked at it. This was a Talmon loop card. Can't really see any of the data here, but I feel like this is something that's actually going up as well, because I think it was around 15 last time. So seeing small increases, a few more sells, and it could be over 20 bucks. So right now might be your chance to get these before they go nuts, especially if Talmon Loop does become a thing in this format. Some people have told me that there's other decks in the format that just deal with this deck, so it's not going to be an issue. But if you're looking forward to playing that deck specifically, you might want to jump on this right now, because it could be more expensive. Imperial Dramon, I was hoping to see If this card was tapering off a little bit, it is a tiny bit. You know, it probably was up to 75 last time we looked at it. Now it's down just a little bit below 70. I don't think it's going to move for a while. We have a reprint coming in the Celebration kit for BT21. I was hoping to, because I'm seeing less people play this because they're playing, you know, other things like Galaxy Links, for example, plays a different kind of hopper engine, doesn't play as much blue, so it doesn't play this. It would rather play Crimson. So I was hoping to see if this would taper off a little bit, and it has not. I was thinking it might taper off more. You might see like, you know, around $60 where it was for the longest time. Just depends. I think you might see a bit more of a taper with this. I mean, if people play this in Virus Imperial, just because you can blast Edge Evolve because of Imperial Dramon, you know, Dragon mode or Fighter mode, I think this probably, if that's the case, then this will not go down. But if people aren't playing this in that Imperial deck, then this might actually go down still. So who knows? You have to wait and see. But I mean, it's not. You got tons of copies at 70, so I don't think it's going to move upwards, really. But I think it'll stay the same, probably. Dorumon, you got some Dorumons here. You have the old Dorumon, it's around 2630. You have the new Dorumon. This, I feel like, is definitely gone up with the hype of the new, you know, Seekers. I think Seeker stuff. Yeah, you can see here there's quite a big move, and that's kind of tapered out, bringing that up to $40. So, and then of course there's also the old Dorumon. It hasn't, apparently it's actually been going down. So again, not sure if this is a card that's going to be, I mean, it adds a coda to Demota, which the new tamer is a dual tamer with that in name. Although that doesn't say one card with coda, so I mean, you can't search it. Actually, you can't search that with him. So yeah, so I mean, not as important. Still $26. Not sure if that card's going to see as much play in the deck. Obviously, this one people are thinking is. You got things like the Royal Knight guy. That's again not seeing an increase. So if these are cards you're interested in for the deck, they're going to be good prices right now. Other than that, I think the only other one is the security one, which one's the security? Yeah, that's the security one, and it's worth nothing. Yeah, Dorumon, pretty inexpensive for the Alphamon deck, whatever that may look like. I'm not even sure. I'm not really looking at it right now. This is the best Sistermon right now, and you can see it's kind of increased in prices. This is the only one that doesn't have another alt in another version, so this is the only alternate version of it. So it's seen some increases here, and you could potentially see this going up a little bit. Should there be a buyout? Because I think a lot of people play like one or two of this card for free Digivolutions, or not free Digivolutions, but for auto Digivolutions from when it's played. Yeah. And then if we go back here, you can see some of the other Sistermons. These ones here are the old ones. They've had reprints, so there's a lot cheaper versions of them. But they're kind of like, they had a bump, and then they've been kind of holding. And this one's been climbing quite a bit. So you see those old alts are actually getting more expensive. Of course, you have these versions on the market if you want, and then as well you have the limited set ones for the newer ones from the starter deck, which are still, you know, this is the limited sets, $9, $7 for the starter deck for the event pack one. So lots of stuff with the Sistermons. So if you're looking at Jessmon, maybe pick up your stuff now, because I think it'll probably go up a little bit more. It's all that hype. And then lastly, we're going to look at quickly. Not a lot, because we're going to be doing a lot of this next week and probably the week after as the pre-release happens, as the release happens. We're going to be looking at this prices, but just a snapshot of where we are with pre-release for Release Booster 2.5. You can see here, not everything's always in order, but you got, your supers here are all $20 right now. You got some alts listed. You got Zephygamon Ace being the same price. Actually, the regular art being more than the market price on the alternate art. Of course, you can't really take that face value. Heavy Metal Dramon Ace being 50, Omnimon alternate being 50. Yeah, like all the supers are alternate. Shodo's 20. Cool Boy supers 20. This has all changed immensely. And then you got some like lower ranked supers, Necromon, Justimon, that are kind of like less money than that. Of course, there's like probably stuff littered all throughout this, but that just gives kind of a snapshot. Your box topper, Tocado being $10, and then kind of everything going down from, slowly down from there. And getting into your commons and uncommons, kind of thing like that. Yeah. And of course, there's probably like, if we go to the back here, there's probably like all the low pull rate cards are going to be like sitting in the back here, and more alts here. There you got set $80, $80 for the Omnimon, but $50 for the alts. So this is where things are crazy, because the prices are just all over the place right now. And then you see some of the other cards here. You see the low pull rates, but there's no idea. People have no idea what those are going to go for right now. Jesmon GX Ace alternate, $50. So yeah, you're seeing lots of that as well. It's prices are everywhere for all this stuff. Box topper Demi Marimon up at $15. That's going to change quite a bit. Yeah, all these babies are like $15. That's going to change quite a bit once the people start pulling the pack, because there's 2 in every pack. So there you go, $50 for Imperial Dramon Fighter Mode. I was waiting to see that. Expensive, $50 for this card, which isn't going to see any play. So you just got to know which cards are going to go up and go down, and then you can potentially have an easier time figuring out what to buy at pre-release and what not to buy at pre-release. Definitely got to look at big cards like the secrets. Lot of box topper stuff will go down. That's why I usually only buy my pre-release cards and then open my stuff, and then I start looking for what else I'm looking for. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get pre-release because, as if you guys remember, my store that I used to go to got banned by Bandai, and so I can't get pre-release. And then the new store that I'm going to, they just started looking into Digimon stuff, so they can't get pre-release. So I will not be able to see that pre-release product. So I'll be doing all my box openings at release, and so hopefully we'll have that up for you guys really fast. We are supposed to be getting all 12 of our boxes, so we'll be able to start putting those up like right around the end of the month, but we'll have to wait and see. But anyways, it looks like that's all the time we have on this market analysis. What do you guys think? Are you guys excited for 2.5? Do you see how the hype train's going on and people getting off some bandwagons like Purple Hybrid and getting onto a lot of other ones? Are you guys looking for some of these cards, or are you guys wait to see if all this cools off as we get into the next format? Looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in. We hope to see you in the next video. As always, have a wonderful day, and that's all for now, folks.